Welcome to the VR Aperture. I am your host, Destroy Troy. Today we will be bringing you virtual reality game capture of A Fisherman's Tale and a tutorial walkthrough of Chapter 1 as played in standing mode only. So those of you who like the room scale option, you can see what it's like, and those of you who have room scale, of course, will gain the ability to walk around your environment. Be forewarned, this is your spoiler alert. And without further ado, A Fisherman's Tale.
Now, stop me if you have heard this one before. Once upon a while ago, there was a fisherman's puppet, carefully made by hand. The puppet lived a simple life inside a model lighthouse, with everything in its place. And every day began the same way when he brushed his wooden teeth.
We gotta say, starting right off the bat, the graphics quality is very good.
He was a handsome one, it's true, but enough staring. Time to brush. Well, if you don't think wooden teeth need brushing, you've never had a cavity and a splinter at the same time. Next, he'd put a log inside his little stove to warm things up. The puppet would put a log inside the stove. Careful now.
At first I thought this was a glitch, but actually if you squeeze the grip, it extends your hands out, so you don't have to bend over to pick things up.
Safe from the storm. Next, he would take his duster and carefully dust his lucky seashell over there on the shelf.
And that is not a duster. Will not get the results I'm expecting with that.
His routine never changed. Next, he would dust the little seashell on the shelf in the corner.
Yeah, that looks more like a duster.
There. The shell reminded him of the sea when it was calm. Next, the fisherman would open wide his window to check the weather. Listen. No sound of the storm. Safe to open the window. A quiet sea tonight. Finally, and most important, every day he would work on his latest model. In the center of the room, a perfect model of his own little lighthouse, exact in every detail. It was nearly finished too. Only 2 pieces needed to be added to the replica. The little model cabinet and the final section of the wall. Yes! The model should be a perfect replica. There was a section of the wall missing and a model cabinet. They must have been around here, somewhat good. Now, the final touch. A tiny puppet of himself to put inside. There, lucky this model snapped together. Tired out from his routine, the fisherman will rest his aching wooden bones in his own rocking chair and go to sleep. And dream of models. Safe inside, where the smell of paint and glue was always fresh, where the world was simple and snapped together, the puppet would follow his routine, brush his wooden teeth, dust his lucky shell, and work on his model.
This is such an impressive sight.
worlds within worlds, walls within walls, closing out the storm so it could never reach inside. Until one night, something changed.
Take you for a better view out the window. Check that out. That water looks really good.
Fishing season has begun and stocks are looking thin again this year. We all know there's a big catch waiting out there somewhere, but hold your hauling lines. Reports are saying a huge storm is blowing in. It might be nothing, but better safe than salvage, I always say. Coming up next, another hour of thrilling nautical news after these messages.
So a nice little introduction.
Every morning, the fisherman's prepared to walk inside his model lighthouse with everything in its place. And he began his day the same way. Except this morning, something felt different.
And here's where we really start the puzzle.
Mon Dieu, the window had been boarded up. The fisherman didn't remember doing that. Even when the storm came, he was safe in here. But no two silly planks of wood were going to get between him and his routine. Ah, this would do. What was it Papa used to say? Use the right tool for the right job.
And sure enough, it works. I don't know if I necessarily call this the right tool for the job, but it works.
Nearly there. What was this feeling? The fisherman hadn't felt like this for a long time. At last, the smell of the ocean. But outside, not the sea. He couldn't believe his wooden eyes. Outside the room was another room, a replica room. And standing in it, a huge but very familiar figure of a fisherman. And he knew that if that huge figure were to turn, its face would be very familiar. Sacre bleu! If this was what lay outside, then what was inside his own little model lighthouse, in the model of his own room?
I don't know why this keeps popping up throughout the course of this. I
had to
have
lift the roof off the little model on the table to look inside.
obviously 360-degree tracking
put
with
it off
the
no
valve
longer.
index, but for
He
whatever
had to
reason, the
lift the
standing mode is not
It
allowing
was
it.
all there inside the model, exact in every detail. But the tiny version of himself, it was moving. He was inside the model, he was outside the model, and just who was pulling all the strings?
Just in, dear listeners, a general alert to all lighthouses. In spite of all of our thrilling, up-to-the-minute warnings, a lone boat has gone out into the storm. Lighthouse keepers, make sure your
I'm
lights
gonna take a moment to see how cool this effect is, taking the roof on and off.
The lighthouse. The world might be folding in on itself, but only one thing mattered now. He had to turn on the lighthouse lamp high above. The life of a fellow sailor was at stake. A huge anchor blocked the only door. Whoever did it must really want to keep the storm out, or keep something in.
Wrong anchor. There's the right one.
Of course, as below, so above. When he lifted the tiny anchor, the large one was lifted by his giant self.
Just throw it on the floor. But you'll notice later that that anchor will reappear on the table.
Zut! The door was locked. He must have put the key somewhere last time he left this room. Now, when was that? And then, my friends, the strangest thing happened. Inside this room where he knew every cranny and nook, an unfamiliar voice said,
Hey, you. Yes, you, the scruffy-looking puppet. Yeah, you with the strings. Over here, on the shelf. Are you cracked in the cockle? Why did you move the anchor? Why? Oh, why did you take the roof off?
The fisherman, he felt, his lucky shell had just started talking to him, and very rudely too, so he did not feel so great.
You test me every day and you thought I just had nothing to say? I'm an hermit crab, Sonny, and you might not appreciate a nice quiet hiding spot, but I do. Now, shh.
And what are we hiding from?
I'm hiding from the storm. Why do you think I stole the key?
The key? The key? Where is it?
Oh, fiddler crab sticks.
The fisherman took a deep breath. Oh, hermit crab, craftiest of all crustaceans, I must get to the top of the lighthouse. Those sailors out there may be looking for us. We must be brave.
Brave? Brave? If you can't find me my hat, I will be the captain, of course. And the captain needs his hat and a life preserver, just in case. Then, just this once, we will be brave.
Well, of course, courageous Captain Crab, said the fisherman. Your hat and a life preserver. Now, where would an everyday wooden puppet find a tiny life preserver and a hat fit for a crab?
So I actually look for quite some time for this supposed life preserver.
No.
And I'm actually staring right at it, right in the beginning. And I even try to offer the crab that cup, which of course doesn't work until I finally figure out that life preserver is sitting right there.
Asking you all this stuff. But this storm is really, really scary, believe me.
And then I get stuck in the wall.
Find me a hat and a life preserver. Then I'll consider giving you the key to get to the lighthouse. And making you my first mate. There! Now, put it around my shell. Good. I feel more buoyant already. Now I just need a hat. How else will people know I'm in charge?
That warning with the sensors facing away does get annoying. I tried at one point to see if I could turn it off or figure out what's going on with the 360-degree tracking.
How's it going?
The options are
Storm is
very
getting
limited.
Closer. I'm not joking.
And like I pointed out earlier, that anchor would reappear over there. If you lose something, after a period of time, it'll reappear in its starting
That
position.
hat is much too big. It's more than a hat, no? I won't move until I'm less scared. This scruffy-looking puppet wants us all dead, it seems.
Same thing goes if something breaks, which I don't know why this happens to the hat here, but if something like that happens to you, the item will reappear in its starting location.
So, did you find something? Let's have a look. Perhaps a smaller hat, one that can be worn at a jaunty angle.
So I finally figure out it's not putting the hat into the model that is the solution to the puzzle, but putting it down somewhere where it can be reached within the model and then pulled out. Let's see how that doesn't work. I finally figure out, put it down and then pull it out.
Good. Now put it on me carefully. I have very delicate antennae. So, you found everything? Well, if a little wooden puppet like you can do this, then I will be brave. Now just let me get out of this damn shell. Phew. Breezy. I feel so much lighter, and the world feels so much bigger. I don't think I can go back into my shell after this. All right, let's do this. I'll help you open the door so you can save your fellow silly old sailor. And I, as captain, shall courageously...
I figure out pretty much right away.
Now, let's see. Where did I leave the key?
The key is actually
I
in
was
his
holding
shell.
the key while I was repairing my shell. Then I had a sudden itch, and then... blast it. I don't remember.
I put the shell down, but I don't show you in this edited form that I pick it back up.
Almost. Got it. That will do. All right. Are you ready? Me too, I think. Farewell, shipmate. I won't forget what you did for me. Your captain salutes you.
He would need to find his way up the tower in the darkness. And already
That's
could
the
hear
end of
storm
chapter 1.
rising outside.
So check back with us again soon, and we'll have chapter 2 for you. Thank you for tuning in.